Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Robin Shimizu and friends talking happy, healthy habits with Robin. Robin, it's so good to have you in the studio today. What do you have for us?
Well, this morning I thought we would go into just a really quick conversation about continuing our conversation about the neuroscience of gratitude and the effects on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
We're all about brain health this year, right? We started out in January talking about how we're going to take care of our brain and we're going to take care of our gut and how that's all going to help us get and feel better this year. So we're continuing our brain journey. So this article is really, really long, and I'm just pulling out little bits and pieces from it.
Okay, I just want you to be aware that we can hear your pages turning in your microphone.
Okay.
So
okay.
I just want you to know that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay. So do you know who Zig Ziglar is? We all know who Zig Ziglar is, right?
I have heard of him, but you want to, just tell the audience quickly. He is a guru of finance, I believe.
Yeah, well, he's a business. I'm going to do him disservice, but I go to Zig Ziglar when I want something just succinct and very well thought out, and he's a coach basically.
Okay.
And he talks about gratitude. This is his quote: "Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions."
Okay.
So think about that. Isn't that cool? And even as long ago as ancient Roman culture, Cicero mentioned gratitude as the mother of all human feelings. So they've known about gratitude as something that's really important for a long, long time. But this article says it hasn't really been researched well until the last couple of decades. So the last 20 years, they've done a lot more research into it. And they're saying that people who express and feel gratitude have a higher volume of gray matter in the right temporal cortex of their brain. They actually have more brain matter over there. Yeah. And that in it, and they say that gratitude is a natural antidepressant. The effects of gratitude when practiced daily can almost be the same as using medications. It produces a feeling of long-lasting happiness and contentment, the psychological basis in which lies the neurotransmitter levels. Where we express gratitude and receive the same, our brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the two crucial neurotransmitters responsible for emotions, and they make us feel good, and they enhance our mood immediately, make us feel happy from the inside. So by consciously practicing gratitude every day, we can help these neural pathways to strengthen themselves and ultimately create a permanent, grateful, and positive nature within ourselves.
Who knew that just the act of being grateful could do so much? Wow.
And it's a natural antidepressant. Isn't that cool?
That's amazing. I love it. I love the fact that I can
every day
work on if I'm feeling, a certain way, I can work on it by just beginning to express gratitude. And I remember there was someone who just used to say, "Count your blessings." Wasn't there a song, "Count your blessings, count your many blessings, count them one by one, count your many blessings, see what God has done." When you go through the act of counting your blessings, you realize that in America, we all have rich girl problems? And that might be a good thing to have. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we all grew up with well, we didn't all grow up with parents saying this, but we all grew up knowing that we should be grateful. But you don't stop and think about it.
We take so much for granted. And I think sometimes when you look to see what others are going through, it makes you grateful, and it should make you more compassionate, because everybody's going through something or has been through something. You know what I'm saying? It's just all a matter of, do we face it and still acknowledge the things that we're grateful for, because they far outweigh anything else.
They do. And this morning, we are very grateful for Linus Woods Mullins.
Absolutely.
She's going to join us. She's one of our favorite coaches. Let me do a little introduction to Linus, because I haven't really done introductions for a while.
Okay.
So Linus is a certified holistic living and wellness expert and certified holistic living and wellness coach for women over the age of 40. She's the founder of Praise Works Health and Wellness, a mind, body, spirit wellness company that specializes in educating women 40 and over on wellness. And she's been doing this for, well, this is one of her old bios. This is 13 years. I think she was telling us she's celebrating 16 years.
16 years of being in business.
Yes. And she helps us in a very holistic way. So spiritually, mentally, physically, nutritionally, in every way, she helps us, and she's very, very well versed. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to say is that she also lives in California with a hubby and has 5 grandchildren. I think we're at 5.
Yes, I think we're 5.
And so we have Linus come on and help us every so often. So let's bring Linus on to help us this morning. I think we're going to talk about relieving stress.
Yes. Let me unmute her. Okay.
Can you unmute me? Hey, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am so glad to be here. You know, I'm going live on Instagram as well as I'm talking about this, because this is Stress Awareness Month. And I am committed to getting the word out about ways that we can holistically reduce stress, and also talk about the services I provide when it comes to helping women reduce stress. Because stress, really, it's amazing. People don't realize what the consequences are if you don't address chronic stress. You can have physical health problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, definitely a weakened immune system, which is one of the reasons why I think COVID attacked us so much here in the United States, because we live in a very stressed out society, and our immune systems were already compromised, and it just zapped us because of, one of the reasons I think is because of our lifestyles in general, but in particular stress. Stress can also cause mental health problems over a prolonged period of time. I know that because I had a mental health problem. I had anxiety, and it was because of the prolonged stress and also post-traumatic stress that I experienced. Also, prolonged chronic stress can cause, of course, relationship problems, strained relationship problems, irritability, moodiness, even physical aggression. Also, when you're continually stressed out, it does decrease your productivity. It interferes with your concentration, your focus, and it can also decrease, your overall work product, which then puts yourself in jeopardy when it comes to your job. The other thing, too, that can happen when you're in prolonged stress is sleep disturbances. It's hard to get a good night's sleep when you're totally constantly stressed out. Another thing that can happen with prolonged stress is that sometimes people turn to alcohol or drugs to kind of cope with the stress, to kind of mute the feeling that stress brings. And it basically can reduce the overall quality of your life. I mean, if stress is left unaddressed, you can have some real issues. And so that's why I think it's really important during the month of April. And actually, this is Resurrection Month. For those of you who are Christians, this is the Resurrection Month. And why not go ahead and resurrect your lifestyle and begin to tackle those things that are caused by stress? So I'm going to give you a couple of things that I know that you could do. I have an ebook that I just wrote that's available right now that lists, I think it's like 65 things that you can do. I'm not going to talk about all 65 things here, but I am going to at least cover a few things that I think would be helpful when it comes to reducing your stress. So one thing you can do, and this is something that's interesting because we're right here at the season, and that is to take up gardening. You know, gardening is meditative and it's also good exercise. I think we've talked about this before, maybe last year, but it really can promote relaxation. Tending to your plants and tending to your garden and connecting with nature really helps to lower your cortisol levels. Cortisol is what is emitted in your body whenever you are experiencing high stress. Another thing you might want to take a look at is to set aside time for creative expression, like painting or playing music, because that can really decrease your stress and also help with your well-being. What I did, one of many things that I've done to help alleviate my anxiety and stress holistically, I got into adult coloring, and I've gotten really pretty good at it. And I keep something right by my desk all the time. And where is it? Oh, wait, let me see if I can get it. Okay. These are some of the ones I've done. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is just one of my little adult coloring things, which suits the Savage Beach. When I wanted to scream and yell, I just picked up one of my coloring cards and started coloring it. And I do these on a regular basis. I sit here on my desk during a Zoom call or, you know, listening to something on Clubhouse or on Instagram Live or something. And I sometimes will do that to kind of maybe calm myself down or maybe to help me to focus. So getting creative is a great way to reduce your stress. And we were just talking about this before you came on, but I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to practice gratitude when it comes to relieving stress. Practicing gratitude and writing down at least 3 things a day that you are grateful for. And as Robin said, there are a plethora of benefits from a health perspective. One of the things that you said that I did not know, but I will be quoting you from here on out, Robin, is the fact that people who practice gratitude, you said they had more, their gray matter is enhanced or something like that. They're smarter, basically. Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, I do practice gratitude quite a bit. I have a whole journal. In fact, I have 2 different journals for gratitude that I use because I think it's really important. Something else that's important when it comes to stress and a holistic way to alleviate stress is to spend time in silence. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about meditation, although meditation is an excellent way to promote inner calm and to reduce stress. But also just spending time in silence, just being quiet makes a huge difference in terms of how you go throughout your day. I do something called 3 by 3. And I know we've talked about this before, but 3 times a day, 3 minutes a day, I just get quiet and just listen and allow myself to just disconnect for a minute. Sometimes I'll focus on a sound that I can hear somewhere. Sometimes I might put on some ocean sounds or rain sounds and focus on that, or focus on my breath. And it always works in terms of calming me down. And it's kind of like a reset. So I do that 3 times a day. And, you know, for those of you who've never done meditation, doing my 3 by 3 method can really help you learn how to meditate. Yeah. If you are one who's prone to the idea of meditation, doing it 3 by 3, for, you know, it'll be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I have friends who started with the 3 by 3, or clients who start with the 3 by 3, and now they're doing 20, 30 minutes a day of meditation. Wow. I think that's incredible. Another thing that's important when it comes to reducing your stress is to try drinking some herbal tea like chamomile, ginger, or lemon balm to promote the relaxation and to reduce the stress. And many of these teas are full of antioxidants, which is also good for your health. You might also want to try a digital detox. I know we're all on the digitals right now, but you might want to try a digital detox and take a break from technology for a few hours a day. For me, I don't really detox completely from technology because it's my livelihood, but I do back away from the computer at certain times during the day and just go for a walk. And that's the other thing that reduces stress. I cannot tell you how wonderful and how important it is that we take the time to get out in nature and connect with nature. It's very important. It helps to lower our cortisol levels. It helps for us to kind of reconnect with what we were originally to be connecting with. We weren't created to connect with computers necessarily. We were created to connect with nature. So connecting with nature is fantastic. And I had mentioned earlier about being quiet and listening, but you know, even when you're working, or after you finish kind of a stressful meeting, perhaps like the one I had this morning, you can put on your calming sounds like ocean waves or rainforest noises, or even white noise to help soothe your mind. It's been scientifically proven that these kinds of sounds kind of helps us to calm down, soothes our minds, and kind of gives us a really nice reset. Now, I love essential oils and have taken many, many classes in aromatherapy. And there are essential oils in particular that are great when it comes to reducing your stress and just kind of lowering things a little bit. And lavender is a great one. Chamomile is great. Peppermint, putting them in a diffuser, or perhaps putting them on your wrist or putting it on the palms and, you know, rubbing it together and then breathing it in. That's fantastic. I have a book that I've written on essential oils and some recipes that you can use, but you must make sure that you get quality essential oils, therapeutic essential oils. If you're getting big old bottles from Amazon, I take a double look at that, because sometimes those oils have trace elements of the essential oil, but not the pure essential oil. Somebody just said that Community B, hi Community B, said that lavender is her favorite. It is mine too. I also learned to put oils on the bottom of my feet. I'll tell you a story. About 1 year into my using holistic methods to reduce my anxiety and stress, I was working with an aromatherapist and a massage therapist. And the aromatherapist, who also is a massage therapist, taught me from a reflexology, the areas in my feet that lead to the brain, the kidneys, the heart. And so she told me about the tip of the toe, which the big toe, I believe it was where the pituitary gland is, and to use a little bit of the oil concoction, which is a mixture of oils. I think it was a mixture of like 9 different oils. I still have, it was like 15 years ago. I still have the box that I put those oils in. I can still smell it, and immediately it relaxes me, even though the oils are gone. But anyway, putting it on the tip of your big toe, like a lavender or chamomile, can be very impactful and make a big difference. Now, here's something else that maybe we've done, but we didn't realize maybe why we felt so much better afterwards, and that is laughter. I have taken at least 10 laughter yoga classes, and I absolutely love them. But if you don't want to do laughter yoga, you can just take a break, watch a funny movie or a TV show to help release your tension and uplift your mood. I have a sister. Hi, Leslie. Love you, because I know you'll watch it because she's so supportive. Leslie and Lisa. We have this sister text going on the phone and on our Instagram, and she is always sending me funny, deep belly laugh reels. And I always laugh, and I always feel so much better. Some of them is like, oh, why am I laughing at this? This is really that funny. But it is funny, some of the things that people do. And it takes you out of yourself. Okay. As you're focusing on something else. And you know, it takes a lot more muscles to frown and be angry and upset than it takes to actually smile. Smiling not only just lifts your mood, laughter just not only lifts your mood, but it gets those happy hormones going. And speaking of happy hormones, it's hard to feel stressed out if you're activating your happy hormones. And one of the things I teach is all the different ways to activate your happy hormones. But here's one right now that is really easy to do. And that is to get out in the sun. Put your headphones in, or, you know, we used to have boom boxes way back in the day. I'm not going to say that. I didn't say boom box. Cancel. So you take your phone with your earphones, turn to your favorite dance music, and dance in the sun like no one's watching. No one, just dance in the sun. I do it all the time in my front yard. I know my, neighbors are one eyebrow cock. What is she doing? But I love it. It's a great way to get the sunshine. I can feel my happy hormones going up and my cortisol going down. And see, the reason why I keep mentioning cortisol, especially for women over 40, it's super important to get control of that, because that's the thing that thickens you, but it can also cause you health problems over time if you have prolonged high levels of cortisol. And the way to find that out is to go ahead and have your hormone panel done to see. We need cortisol to survive. We don't want to get rid of it. It is life affirming. We have to have it, but we just don't want to get out of control. And as we age, especially over 40, 50, and when you get into that whole menopausal mumbo thing, cortisol can really go up. Estrogen goes down, and basically it creates a perfect storm of emotional unwellness unless we begin to do some of these things that I'm talking about. That's why I'm passionate about helping women to use things that they already have that they're not aware of to take good care of themselves preventatively, proactively. And if you happen to be in the throes of anxiety, stress, overwhelm, because that can really cause other issues over time. So happy Stress Awareness Month. And thanks so much, everybody over on Instagram, for listening. I hope that you guys will do #replay. And those of you in BizChicks, that's where I am, BizChicks on Facebook. Check them out. BizChicks on Facebook. I hope that you'll come back and listen to this and take the notes. And I am especially excited about the fact that you can go to my link in my profile or on my link tree, Robin, and you can go ahead and purchase the 66 plus tips that I have just went over a few of them that will help you to de-stress, lower your cortisol levels, and get rid of that sense of overwhelm and put you in a much better place to maintain your mind, body, spirit wellness.
Well, Linus, we have posted your LinkedIn.
Okay,
I'm going to put it over here in the comments as well. And we want to thank everybody. You had quite a few comments over here.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes, let me, I didn't want to interrupt you while you were speaking. She says, our Facebook user says you should join their coffee and coloring on third Tuesdays. So I told her she'd have to let us know who she is so that we can have more information about that.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Facebook said, laughter is great. So with that, we shared your link, and it's our understanding that you have an event coming up.
Yes, I do. I have two things coming up. On April 25th, I have the Thrive and Revive Vitality Summit. I'm with 5 other experts, and we're going to be talking about ways that you can thrive and revive and be vital. They are really great at what they do. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things. I'll be talking about gut health and emotions, but the Undiet Coach is going to be talking about basically how to release unwanted pounds and inches without dieting. She's super against dieting. There's going to be someone else talking about anti-aging and facial exercise. I know there's a life coach that's going to be on. I don't know exactly what she's going to be talking about. And someone's going to be talking about hormones balancing. And the thing that's different about this summit is that it's interactive, so you can come with your questions, ask us questions, and we will answer them. And here's the good news. It's totally FREE. It's free. And it's in my link tree. Just look for the Vitality Summit. It's going to be April 25th. We do give the replays for those who sign up. So please go ahead and do it. We're getting up there. I don't know if we can, we're not at 200 yet. I think we're at 125. But we still have like another 15 days. So do not delay and sign up for this summit. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to get a lot of great information. And the other event that I have is on May 20th, which is the Soul Sisters Saturday. It starts at 11 o'clock, and it's actually going to be in my home. The tickets are $65 until April 10th. And then they go up. So I got to get up on social media and let everybody know tickets are going up. So definitely this is the time. And we do, if you want to purchase tables, we have a table price. And for those of you who are business people who want to have a booth there, you can have a booth. It's only $75. Carolina's going to be there. I have room for 9 tables. I have room for 9 tables. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and message me here on Facebook, and I'll send you the information. Or you can just go ahead and purchase the booth. It's there on Eventbrite as well. We'd love to see you there. Last year, we had a fabulous time. I am co-hosting this with the wonderful Jewel Diamond Taylor, who is the author of Too Blessed to Be Stressed and many, many other books. She is fabulous. I know you're going to love the event. It is going to be empowering, uplifting, and educational too, because we'll be sharing all kinds of great little nuggets. So, check it out. We're hoping for 100 women. Last time we had like 45 women, but we only had a month worth of promotion. This year, we're hoping for more women to come, because this is something that I think is really a great way to start the spring and your summer months, is being outside, spending time with women of like minds, encouraging and empowering each other, listening to each other, and really being able to feel the wonderfulness, the miraculousness of being in midlife. So that's what's going on.
Sounds fabulous. We have that in the chat. And what I'll do is I'll also put it over here in the comments. Let me do that so that it will be on the page for our listeners, that they can connect with you and they can reserve their space.
Very good.
Okay, so let me change the view here. Linus, we always enjoy talking with you.
Thank you.
And I like this view. Anybody else like this view?
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah,
I like this. Yes.
There were so many nuggets, Linus. New nuggets, great ones today.
Oh really? Oh, there were some new ones? Okay, good.
Well, the 3 times 3 for me was new, and I thought that is brilliant.
Yeah, it really does work. It really does.
3 minutes doesn't sound like a long time, but 3 minutes is hard when you're starting out. So that was brilliant. There were so many. And the gardening thing, I started gardening in my mom's backyard about 3 weeks ago. Really, planted flowers and all. Every morning I get up and I go to my backyard and I look at my flowers and what I've
saved. Great feeling.
And it is every morning I open up that thing and I look, and I take my mom and we look, and we look at the flowers.
It's a wonderful feeling. And it's also good exercise, because you're breathing, stretching, and when you're in the midst of something, you don't all of a sudden get up. You stay in that position, and even if it hurts a little bit, because you want to get that done, you're into it. It's meditative also.
Yeah.
It takes you out of your head, because it's all about the mud and the seeds and the plants, and
and they're growing. It's nurturing. It just feels so good. Yeah.
Yes. Well, let me show you something that I'm nurturing in a different way. This is an air plant, a dry air plant. Yes. And what I do, it's time. Oh, it's time for you. I'm sorry, honey. It's time. I have to put her in a bowl of water and cover her up for 30 minutes. And then that's all she needs. And then I let her, dry out upside down for a little while. And then I put her in her home, which is a quartz crystal with a little thing to hold her up. This was my birthday.
Very healthy.
Yeah, it is. These are going to bloom flowers in a little while.
Wow.
When I got her, last year, she was just a little thing and she wasn't blooming. Takes a little while. But these are called air plants, I believe, because see, here are the roots, but they require no mud. Just water. And they're beautiful. Yeah, one of my clients sent this to me from DC, and I just love it. I was like, what is this? I had not heard it before. But if you go to your favorite plant store, you'll see them out there. They're really easy to take care of, but it's very interesting taking care of an air plant, because it's not every day, but that 30 minutes, you're keep looking at the water, make sure it's more than 30 minutes, and in the process of letting it dry and putting it in. And then every time I look at it, it kind of calms me down a little bit, because I remember the 30 minutes I spent nurturing my little plant. So girl, I try everything. Okay.
Something the thing that I thought was really different was, I know at one time you told us to ground ourselves, just put our feet on the ground, but dancing in the sun, that's a winner.
I really do that. Sometimes I do it in the front yard, but my husband always is like, "Oh, that's really." But then I'll go out in the backyard, because there's a big old tennis court back there, and I, do my little turns and leaps and things I used to do when I was dancing, because no one's watching, and just have a great time. It's a great workout, but mostly it's a great way to get into the sun, move your body, connect with nature, and you'll find that whatever is going on, it just flies away. And that there's something to that term, dance like no one's watching.
Dance like no one's watching. How beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, Robin, what do you have for us next week? Oh my gosh.
I was so mesmerized by the conversation. I have to look.
You're welcome, dears.
I'm looking forward to your event.
I'm looking forward to the event. I'm also looking forward to seeing you. Meanwhile, our dear friend will be traveling. I was just talking about where are you going to be traveling, Robin, during that time?
May 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, going to wonderful places. I'm going to learn so much from her when she gets back.
And hopefully while you're on the journey, you'll talk to us.
Oh,
yeah.
On Facebook or somewhere so we can see. Just a little. Not a lot.
Next week we have Lakeisha Appleton, who's going to be with us.
We're going to get beautiful for Mother's Day, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're going to have Michelle Jean Paris, who's going to be with us. So
that's going to be great.
Yes.
Well, look, I just want to say
Linus.
thank you to Linus. I want her to know that we love her, and we always look forward to having her. She's in the studio, but she had to sign off real quick. But we wanted to know you always loved and appreciated in this space. There's something here. Okay.
It's fine.
Oh, no problem. I don't think that's a problem, Linus. I got your private message. Okay, so we just want to thank you again. Thank you, Linus, for what you do. And Robin, we want you to know you are highly valued and appreciated in this space. Seriously, because you just research such fabulous guests and they bring such great information to the forum. So we want to thank you for that. We want to thank our listeners, those of you who are watching live and those of you who are listening on other platforms and watching on the replay. We just want to say thank you for your time. We want to remind you that BizChicks is here. If you have tech issues, that's what we do. Also, we are having a workshop this weekend here in Sacramento. So if you want to know more about that, you can direct message us. You can also find us at bizchicks.net, or you can find us by joining the community over here at BizChicks by texting biz to 33777. We love you. We look forward to talking to you tomorrow. We'll be talking tech with the Tech Divas, all things tech. So if you have some questions or inquiries, let us know. Okay, I look forward so much to seeing you there tomorrow. We're here every Monday through Friday at the same time in your local area, and that's 8 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and 10 o'clock Central. So with that, we want to say it's okay to make money in your business. So, hey, go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, Robin. Thank you again for all that you do. Bye-bye, everyone.